spot on.
Yeah. We invite you here today as Ramogi Professional Caucus. Ramogi Professional Caucus is a culturally anchored think tank that is dedicated to advancing the interests of the Luo community within the broader framework of the Kenyan national development. Ladies and gentlemen, this think tank influences public discourse and policy through research, analysis, advocacy, grounded in Luo cultural identity and responsive to contemporary governance challenges. The mission of this caucus is to promote democracy and freedom by advancing issue-based politics and ensuring inclusive participation, particularly for marginalized groups within our community. We engage aggressively in politics, and our role in politics is to support policymakers by providing credible, expert-driven guidance. We also shape discourse by framing debates with alternative community-rooted perspectives. And then we engage in accountability by holding leadership to account through independent scrutiny and public interest research. The membership of this caucus brings together hundreds of respected intellectuals and professionals who are actively shaping public thought and contributing to transformative policies within and beyond the Luo community. The think tank serves as a platform of influence and engagement, blending professionalism, cultural identity, and political relevance. This role is especially significant in the current context of the UDA-ODM cooperation through the broad-based government, offering both challenge and opportunity to shift towards policy-centered leadership. We have therefore invited you this morning to address a specific issue in which we feel as a think tank and as professionals from the Luo community that we need to weigh on. For that, I will invite Mr. Polikapuchilo, who is a seasoned professional, to present our statement, and then I will invite about 2 or 3 of us to weigh in further, and then we will invite you to give questions. My name is Joshua Nyamori. I'm an advocate.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, Advocate Nyamori. I am the privilege to read the statement on behalf of the caucus. As said, I am Polikapuchilo, formerly from University of Nairobi School of Journalism. I read: Ladies and gentlemen of the media, welcome to this press briefing. We are here to correct misrepresentations made by Siaya Governor James Orengo during the burial of George Odiwuor, the long-serving bodyguard of Right Honorable Raila Odinga in Siaya on the 10th April 2025. We are concerned that the words uttered by Honorable Orengo on behalf of the Luo community are total misrepresentations. He said that Luos are at war or preparing to be at war with the government. His outburst has created false impression that the Luo nation does not approve the coming together of President William Ruto and Right Honorable Raila Odinga to form inclusive, broad-based government. Far from the truth. His position has created the impression that the relationship between Raila Odinga in relation to what is signed daytime to cooperate with the present government are wrong. We urge Honorable Orengo to desist from portraying himself as the sole speaker, leader and a spokesman of the Luo community. Any impression created that people like Raila are just joyriders is a sad testimony. We ask, who in Kenya can forget the many years of struggle Raila has gone through for making Kenya better? Who can forget the many years he spent behind bars struggling for the cause of Kenya? It is unfortunate that those kind of things should be forgotten now. We ask, consistent with our culture, which Luo would call a visitor to his home and start to ridicule him? It is unfortunate that Honorable Orengo chose to embarrass the Luo leadership during the funeral and start to lecture the president and all the guests there without consultation with the people. We are here to make it clear that the Luo nation supports the broad-based government and that this arrangement has not been repudiated. It stands as signed by Honorable Raila and Ruto. It has not been repudiated indirectly, impliedly, or in any way whatsoever. So we urge Honorable Orengo to allow those given opportunity to serve the government as Minister Wandai, Minister Mbadi, to carry on with his work. We urge that we give space to those appointed, like the Principal Secretary, to serve in Ruto government. We tell Honorable Orengo that the misrepresentations pushed by people not from Luo community is unacceptable. We recall that not any time whatsoever has Honorable Sifuna or Wajakoya taken on President Ruto in their own turf at home. Rather, they do it in our own turf with approval and complicity of Honorable Orengo. To us as professionals, this is unacceptable. This is insincere. This is misrepresentation of what we stand for. We are here to affirm that we endorse the cooperation signed and that it should stay so until otherwise. We are cognizant of the processes we have carried in ourselves as a community 60 years after independence. It is unacceptable to drill any time we involve and engage in constructive engagement with the government of the day, while giving cognizance to freedom and democracy for people to say what they like. Misrepresenting our policy position is unacceptable. We appeal to the Luo nation at this critical juncture that we challenge our political leaders, we challenge our professionals that this is the time to explain without any doubt and take position on our position and be clear that we are in this arrangement to stay until stated otherwise. And any misrepresentation of these issues by people like Honorable Orengo are unacceptable. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shilo. I will then give about 2 or 3 of us an opportunity to weigh in and add, and then we will invite questions. I start with you. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rachel Omolo. I'm a leadership and governance expert, and I would also like to weigh in on this issue within our community. And I'd like to talk to our people and also address our governor, whom we really love, Governor His Excellency Orengo, that it is time for him now to really shun such rhetorics and engage in more meaningful conversation and take advantage of such visits from the head of state to ensure that some of the issues that are bedeviling our community, that has made our community to be marginalized for a very long time, are addressed. Engaging in such rhetorics are really taking us back as a community. And it's also an embarrassing moment for our leader, His Excellency Raila Odinga, with whom we know His Excellency did a courtesy call and a visit during the laying down of Jojo Duor. So mine is just to call on His Excellency Orengo that it is high time to really engage in very meaningful conversations with the leaders, taking advantage of opportunities like what we had, said that some of the projects that he was even calling out the government to ensure that they are completed, he can engage separately, differently, and leveraging on the opportunity that His Excellency Raila Odinga has created through the broad-based cooperation. So as a community, we are really saddened by some of his utterances and only requesting him to tone down a little bit and so that we ensure that some of the things that we really want to achieve as a community, we achieve during this space that His Excellency Raila Odinga has created. So going forward, we are urging our community, don't just cheer onto some of these rhetorics that later on we tend to regret on why did we allow some of these things to happen. So let us call out when leaders do wrong and also encourage them when they are doing the right thing. So to our people of Siaya, because I come from Bondo constituency, I'm happy that you are equally not happy with the same utterances, but only talking to our governor that it is high time that we as a community embrace the broad base, as a community take advantage of this opportunity that has been given to ensure that some of the projects that have stalled for the longest are actually actualized. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Oscar?
Thank you very much. My name is Oscar Mondi. And what we want to tell Governor Orengo, at whatever he was trying to proclaim in this funeral, might not be nonsensical, but the struggles and the rights he's inviting us to fight for, this community has fought for those rights, those freedoms, for far too long. Currently, we are more interested in economic freedoms that can only be achieved if you work with the national government. As you all know, 85% of our GDP is still held by the national government. We are telling Governor Orengo, we completely agree that we've been in the struggle, that we want to be in the struggle for democracy, for human rights, or whatever struggles that we want to be. But economic freedoms must be achieved by our community now. It's been far too long. We've been marginalized as a community, and you cannot mislead us at this juncture of the day. What we are saying is so simple, Governor Orengo. You are a governor in this government. You cannot claim that not everybody must be in government. Whom are you referring to? When you yourself is a governor in the current dispensation, you are representing our people as a governor in the same government. And you're telling us that not all of us can be in that government. The Luo community has been in the struggles. We've done this one before. We are not going back there to the streets anymore. What we are saying, we want economic freedoms now. Be it human rights freedoms Orengo is talking about, democratic space Orengo is talking about, social freedoms that Orengo is talking about. Yes, we know all this, but we've been there. Now we want economic freedoms. We want the Luo to be equal partners in Project Kenya. We want the Luo community to be equal partners in Project Kenya. We want us not to be marginalized anymore. And Orengo cannot mislead us at this particular juncture when Raila Odinga and William Ruto and the UDA-ODM agreement is in place, which we want to implement. We want the roads in Sia to be done. What we want is food for our people. We want the livelihoods, health of our people. We want the economic power of the Luo Nyanza to be seen. We want education for our kids. We don't want rhetoric anymore. It's enough, enough is enough. Currently, for example, if you talk about any other right, be it conjugal right or whatever right you talk about, you cannot have, if you cannot be a breadwinner in your own family, if you cannot provide for your own family, how do you talk about conjugal rights? You'll be accused of marital rape, for example. So Governor Orengo, please desist. And if you don't, we will bring the war to your doorstep, including thinking of impeachment, because this is gross misconduct. The county government must work alongside the national government. And that is what we say. If you're not ready to work along the national government, we people from Siaya, we will draft a bill for impeachment and discuss it at the Siaya County Assembly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will have one of us speak in Kiswahili.
Asanteni sana. Kwa majina ni Dina Oworagai na mimi ni mtaalamu na mimi ni mpiganiaji wa haki za kibinadamu na kijinsia. Nimefurahi sana kupata hii nafasi leo kuweza kuwazungumzia wanahabari kuhusu maneno ambayo yalitokea huko Ndori, na hasa semi za Mheshimiwa James Orengo ambaye ni gavana wa Siaya. Sisi kama wataalamu wa kutoka Luo Nyanza tuligadhabishwa na tuliona ni madharau na kejeli semi za gavana Orengo, kwa sababu hizo ni semi ambazo sisi kama jamii hatutambui. Sisi kama jamii tuko nyuma ya baba yetu na kiongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga, na pia Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto ambaye ndio sasa ni wakuu katika ile ndege inaitwa BBG, Broad Based Government. Na sisi kama jamii tumebaki nyuma mno kwa sababu ya yale ambayo tumekuwa tukipitia kwa sababu ya kuwa mrengo tofauti na serikali kwa miaka mingi. Na sasa tumeamua kama jamii tunafanya kazi na serikali. Tunataka watu wetu washughulikiwe kwa sababu wamebaki nyuma miaka mengi. Tunataka watu wetu washughulikiwe kimaendeleo. Hatutaki siasa potoshi ambayo itafanya tena tuwe na kizungumkuti kama jamii. Kwa hivyo tumekaa leo kama wataalamu, tunasema tunawaunga mkono kwa dhati wataalamu wa ndai, wataalamu kama Mbadi ambao wametoka katika sehemu yetu na wanafanya kazi na broad based government. Tunataka kumwambia Mheshimiwa Orengo, tafadhali fanyia kazi wakaazi wa Siaya ambao walikupatia kiti. Wachana na siasa potoshi ambazo zitaleta vurugu ambazo hatuhitaji kwa wakati wa sasa. Na ningependa kusema sisi kama wataalamu, kwa mkono mmoja na kwa nguvu moja tunasema serikali ya BBG ndio itatusaidia kama eneo. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. We will have a final speaker in Doluo for purposes of also Ramogi TV here.
Just
okay.
just god dholuo wacho kama kendo wacho mayot kabisa kum gavana Orengo ni wan joluo owacho kama Orengo tonga Raila mwang'eyo to Raila emose gore jopiny bokelowa kama wantiere koro Orengo kik duokwa kama jothurwa ne thoe waseneno nyithindo mang'eny nyaka nyithindo matindo bebi pendo giri ka thoe struggle morengo dwa duoko waino koro sani ok wanyal dok e lwenyno wanuoyo norengo ni Orengo to ng'a Raila emwang'eyo let Raila lead the people to the next session wakwayo Orengo ni werigo waweya wabro timo kendwa erokamano.
Thank you. Then yes.
Kamedo. Yeah.
Okay.
Kamedo gi dholuo to adwaro wacho ne gavana wa mwaluoro ni kajalang'o okune. To bende jaluo nogo ngero kawacho ni turo onge asara. Meaning the intelligence is measured by the ability of someone to change. Omiyo onge richo kata sani mondo gavana marwa odok piny mondo one kaka onyalo tiyo gi chenro manitie sani the cooperation ma wan godo between Kenya Kwanza and ODM as a party. To bende gima gavana onego bed kong'eyo ni ndalo duto wadwaro telo gi vieko miluongo ni political parties. To seche mwan gi ODM as our political party, taso wadwaro ni mondo we take up the government. Ang'o momiyo idwaro ni ikaw government? Mondo ine kaka ikelo dongruok ne jogu. To seche ma Nyasaye omiyo thuolo mondo udonje dongruok e government kaka wadonjo through a broad-based governance, then en gima berie mogik ni governor marwa mondo take advantage of this opportunity mondo ne kaka olombo kata owuoyo gi ker masani migosi Samoei Ruto mondo ne kaka dongruok biro nogandawa. Emomiyo wan kaka jogo manigi lony kuonde mopogore opogore wabiro mondo waywag ne gavana marwa kendo kwakwere bende ni goyo koko mang'eny ok dhi kelo ber ne ogandawa. Goyo koko mang'eny ni ka wan gi wendo temi yudo opportunity mondo igone go koko ok dhi konyo ogandawa. To ka en gi gimoro modwaro nyiso ker kata modwaro wacho to en gi avenues monyalo wacho gi godo ma mondo ne niya dongruok obiro ne Josiaya. Sani stadium nyalo bed ni dhi stall. Sani Liunda Bondo Road pokolos gi ginang'o nikech wasebiro wandalo kandalo wan joma gore gi sirikal. Omiyo en kwayo mara ne ng'ama waluoro gavana marwa Orengo ni mondo odoge chien matin mondo ne ni wan kanye kaka community to ere kaka onyalo tiyo gi opportunity moyudo sani mondo kel dongruok ne jothurwa. Eruru kamano.
Thank you. We have the last presentation, and then we will invite you in case you have any question.
Thank you. Abro wacho machuok gi dholuo. Mokwongo en ni tur onge asara, nyaka wabed jogo manyalo tur. Mar ariyo, nitiere wechego mosik kiwacho kaluo, chutho gi jagorono mar chama mar ODM, ma ok owach e gweng' moae ma en Western Kenya. Ok onego bed ni sechego ma wan koda welo, wan koda ker obiro Nyanza, ema jagoro mar ODM Edwin Sifuna yude thuolo mar loso kaka ohero wacho wechego moko chopo kata wechego moko romo e nyim ker. Ochalo jalno man koda lengo mar ketho ne oganda luo gino magidwaro ei sirikal. Mar ariyo, kaka professional mawuok Homa Bay, sani nitiere gigo ma oloyo 23 chenro ma sirikal mamalo timo e kaunti mar Homa Bay. Josiaya en kinde Siaya, Kisumu gi Migori en kinde maru mondo mi utim yiero ka udwaro siasa manono maonge dongruok kata udwaro siasa machalo mar Homa Bay ma jo Homa Bay oninde lo kendo ging'eyo ni mwandu magin go mathoth magibro dwaro wuok e sirikal mamalo. Koka manta go erokamano. unsolicited and unwarranted utterances by ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, particularly when in Luo Nyanza, must stop, because it only portrays a man who is in a mission to disintegrate the Luo community and disentangle the Luo community with the national government and its leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, finally, I want to conclude by telling Governor Orengo that, Governor Orengo, you behaved badly. You embarrassed us and you embarrassed our leaders. You embarrassed Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga at his lowest moment, when a friend had come to mourn with him. You embarrassed the President of the Republic of Kenya, whom as a community we recognize and we respect. We demand that you apologize to Right Honorable Raila Odinga and to the President. And on our behalf, as the Ramogi Professional Caucus, as a caucus of professionals from the region, we tender our sincere apology to Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and to the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Ruto, for the embarrassment that the governor occasioned during the burial of our friend and brother, George Oduor. Thank you. We will invite any questions. Any questions?
Just before the question, I will add something a little bit which I forgot. Our four governors, Governor Orengo, Governor Gladys Wanga, Governor Ochilo Ayako, and Anyang' Nyong'o, it is high time now you have to come clear whether you support the broad-based government or not. For example, we are going to host the Madaraka Day on the 1st of June in Homa Bay. We want to be clear that our governors are ready to work with the central government or not. You are either in or out.
Mr. Ochilo will respond.
We believe in the freedom of the press fully. But that freedom of the press as a rider is to be done with responsibility. Nobody is taking exceptions to what we are taking exceptions to what the Secretary General said. It was calculated to embarrass our community, to embarrass our leaders there. That is why our chair here has asked appropriately that Mr. Honorable Orengo apologize to Raila Odinga, he apologized to the President, so that it is clear. But we are not gagging anybody. But statements that you make have consequences. Words that we utter have consequences. We are objecting to politics of intimidation. Politics of intimidation to our people, so that people don't speak their minds. This has nothing to do with the freedom of the press. We recognize them and freedom of expression. As individuals, they can say what they want. But there's a raya. You cannot abuse people, use wrong language under the pretext of freedom of expression. No, the law does not allow that. The Constitution section prohibits that. That's all we are saying.
Thank you. In addition to that, Honorable Orengo is not any other citizen. He's an elected governor. And therefore, it requires that if he is speaking, he must represent the interests, the views, and the aspirations of the people whom he represents. And what we are communicating to the country is that the words and the statements by Honorable Orengo last Saturday do not represent the views and interests of the Luo community. With regard to Honorable Sifuna should know that he is not a representative of the Luo community. He is a governor in Nairobi. He is a senator in Nairobi. He should wait and address the president in Nairobi. The president spent a whole week in Nairobi. It was a no-show for Honorable Sifuna. The president spent another whole week in Western Kenya and in Bungoma, where he comes from. It was a no-show for Honorable Sifuna. He should keep off Luoland if every time he is to come to Luoland, he is to insult us and embarrass us with our visitors. We want to express the view that the president is welcome to Nyanza, and we recognize and celebrate their relationship with Honorable Raila Odinga. Maybe we take a few more questions, and then yes.
Well, thank you, my sister from KTN. It is important to note that where Sifuna's freedom of expressions ends is where other people's freedom also begin. So it cannot be, as has been alluded, that Sifuna gets it right or makes it a premier choice to speak in a language that borders insult and unsolicited, for that matter, only in Nyanza, and particularly Luo Nyanza, and not in Nairobi and northwestern Kenya, where the president has been visiting all this time. It is important to note that even if he is the Secretary General of ODM, Nyanza is not a single party area. There are other parties and other interests. And as a group of professionals, we are only concerned that such utterances amount to driving the community away from the national government in a manner that is so perceived by those in power.
Thank you.
It is important to note that even after uttering such words at the podium, which clearly were bordering embarrassment to the leadership, Governor Orengo still, through back doors, had to ask the president for help. He would still ask the president, we have not completed this and that project, please help us. If it is his right, as he says it is his right, why does he go begging for this project? It's a fallacy. So I think it is not important that he speaks in that particular fashion and manner, which he did, and then behind the doors, he still goes to beg for projects and funds.
Okay, I would respond as follows: that Honorable Orengo is a governor that is subject to accountability by the citizens and the elected representatives of the people, that is the MCAs of Siaya. He definitely embarrassed the community and the county, and we are demanding from him to apologize. And if he does not apologize, definitely the MCAs are within their rights to hold him to account. They can censure him, and they could even get to the point of introducing an impeachment mission. But that is for them. Yeah. Yeah.
Wach mar golo Orenge telo en gino ma jo Siaya County giwegi bro neno gima gitimogo. Ginyalo timo gimiluongo ni censor motion ka gineno ni ne ntiere embarrassment kata kuodo wich mokelnegi gi governor. Ginyalo decide, ginyalo yiero gin giwegi mondo mi gikela censor motion against governor margi. To kabe gineno ni nitiere gross misconduct ma samoro James Agri Bobo Orengo osebedo katimo, dipo nono ka giyiero ni ber mondo mi gitim impeachment, mano ok marwa, mano yiero margi.
Thank you. I think okay. In Swahili.
that is not ours to decide. It's for the MCS.
I think let's just have a Swahili version, and then of the responses, then we end the session.
Ningependa kusema ya kuwa sisi kama wataalamu kutoka Nyanza tunasema leo hii ya kuwa sisi tuko katika mapumziko kama jamii kutoka kwa yale mambo mabaya ambayo yamekuwa yakitufanyikia kama jamii kisiasa. Na ndio maana tumeamua kutoka leo tujitose katika ulingo wa siasa ili pia sisi tuwe na sauti, kwa sababu imekuwa ni watu wengine kutoka tabaka mbalimbali ambao wanashughulika na mambo ya siasa, na tumeona siasa ni muhimu sana. Kwa hivyo sisi pia tumejitosa, na kutoka leo mtakuwa mnasikia semi zetu kuhusu mambo ambayo yanatokea katika ulingo wa siasa. Na nikimalizia, ningependa kuhimiza viongozi kutoka mirengo yote ya kuwa sababu ya sisi kuunga mkono BBG sio ya kibinafsi, ni ya jamii yetu iende mbele. Na nimesikia mwanahabari mmoja akiuliza kwamba ikiwa tuko katika BBG na tunaunga BBG, tutakubali serikali ikifanya maneno ambayo hayaambatani ama sio mazuri katika jamii? La, sisi tutakosoa serikali tukiwa ndani ya serikali, na tutaunga mkono serikali badala ya kuwa kila wakati tunakuwa katika ile mambo ya kupigana na serikali. Kwa hivyo tukitoka hapa tujue jamii yetu ya Nyanza, Luo Nyanza iko nyuma ya serikali na iko nyuma ya viongozi hawa wawili, Raila Amolo Odinga na William Samoei Ruto. Asanteni.
Thank you. I think we end by Mr. Chilo being the eldest amongst us to make the concluding remark, and then I invite you for a comment.
Members of the press, we want to conclude by urging you that the professionals from Nyanza stand for constructive engagement. We stand for constructive engagement, we stand for civil discourse, and we stand with the 10 points that were signed between Honorable Raila Odinga and President William Ruto. These issues require dissent and support as appropriate. It does not mean that we abrogate what we stand for. The principles that we stand for, which we signed for, requires that you practice constructive engagement politics, support where it is right, disagree where it is right, because that is the space provided for by democracy. Finally, we are saying that time has come that require collective stand on these issues so that we are clear, clarity beyond reasonable doubt, and emphasize finally that those principles we signed for daytime, we have not repudiated these issues either directly, indirectly, or impliedly. They stand up to now, and that is the message we are giving Honorable Orengo. He can support, he can join, he can have his dissent, but constructively within the rule of law, constructively within the provision of the law. But we object to embarrassment of abusing your visitor during a funeral at your home while he has all the latitude as governor. Why does he call a press conference in Siaya and lay his views? Why doesn't he call a protest elsewhere and lay his views? He cannot wait and choose the most delicate time of sending a honorable person to grave and then begin to portray us as hopeless people. We object to that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we are done. There's a cup of tea, ladies and gentlemen.
Good wolo. Iwe ya mitaro gija Amerika yao. Thank you.